I'm Doug Apple, and my heart is on fire. Luke 24:32. We know we're supposed to love people, but how? Love one another, love your neighbor, even love your enemy, but how? Do we just work harder at it? Do we need a new book? 5 fantastic strategies for loving people more in just 5 days. I want to propose a new way, a better way, and it starts with this. I don't know how to love people. Oh, I can think of ways to love people more, but is it really what they need? Are my ideas the best ideas? No. So the question remains, we're supposed to love people, but how? Galatians 5:22 says that the fruit of the Spirit is love. The Holy Spirit will quite naturally bear the fruit of love as we do what it says in verse 16, walk in the Spirit. And verse 18 talks about being led by the Spirit. So we will love people more when we are led by the Holy Spirit. So how can we walk in the Spirit and be led by the Spirit in order to bear the fruit of the Spirit? Imagine a large, healthy tree with beautiful green leaves. Now imagine looking underground and seeing the humongous root system supporting that tree. That root system is like our relationship with God. As we tend to the root system of our relationship with God, then the tree of our lives will quite naturally be healthy and fruitful. This means that if we spend time with God, what I'm calling doing the root work, then we'll quite naturally begin to love people more because that's the fruit of the Spirit. What would happen if you planted an apple seed in a small pot? It would start to grow, but the growth would be stunted because the roots would have no room. For many of us, our personal time alone with God is the tiny pot. If we want our relationship with God to grow, we need to make room by spending more time with Him. In Matthew 6, Jesus said that when you pray, go into your room, shut your door, and pray to your Father. This means get alone with God. Enter His gates with thanksgiving. Pray, talk, worship, sing, read the Bible, intercede, even just sit before Him in silence. You can call it your devotional time, your prayer time, your abiding time, your extravagant daily time with Jesus. Call it whatever you want. These days, I'm calling it doing the root work. The point is to expand your time alone with God as a way of expanding your root base. When you do this, your root system will grow stronger, and out of this, quite naturally and even effortlessly, you will bear more fruit of the Spirit, and that includes loving people. So how to love people more? Don't worry about working harder at it or developing new strategies for it. Instead, begin to spend more time alone with God. And as your relationship with God grows, so will your love for all people because He will do it. Jesus said the Holy Spirit would teach us all things, and that includes how to love people. So do the root work. Get alone with God and let the adventures in loving people begin. May God bless you today. I'm Doug Apple.